In the motion offense, once the ball has been passed low and the ball carrier has checked both the off-ball cutter, look number 2, and the on-ball cutter, look number 3, if none of those looks are open, they should fill or cycle up into the shooter position and take a shot, if it's there, which is look number 4, or swing the ball to the far side shooter or point player for another possible shot. Otherwise, this shooter should repeat the aforementioned process if there's time, or go one-on-one to the net in an attempt to get a shot for a shot clock reset. This simple exchange or rotation between the player at the crease position and the player at the same side shooter position is often enough to get the ball carrier room to get off a shot as they carry the ball high. Throughout this process, it is the ball carrier's responsibility to have their head up, always being a threat and passing to any players who are wide open. For the on-ball cycle and fill drill, arrange players in one or both ends of the floor depending on numbers. Have them stationed on their proper floor sides at the crease and shooter positions on both sides of the floor. Variation number 1 is the infamous pass low, carry high variation. The drill commences on one side of the floor at a time, with the crease player first engaging their defender, who is imaginary in this case, and then popping out and receiving a pass from the shooter. After making the pass down to the crease player, the on-ball shooter should delay for 1 second, which mimics allowing the off-ball cutter to cut first. Then they V-cut to the middle, looking for a give and go, eventually replacing the crease player, who subsequently carries the ball up to the shooter position. The most common error is the shooter not delaying 1 second before cutting. This cycling action then gets repeated with the original shooter returning to the shooter position, at which point they take a set shot or possibly a shot on the run for more advanced players, and then the other side of the floor takes their turn. The player who started and finished at the crease can go for a rebound or loose ball if it's there. New players enter the drill on the side that just went, while the other side takes their turn, with players exiting the drill and switching between the shooter and crease lines each time through. This is a great drill for goalies to practice their footwork triangle, starting on the goal line when the ball is low and then stepping out to cut down the angle when the ball is high. Variation number 2 is the swing, pass, and cut, which is the same as the previous variation, except after passing down and carrying high, the ball is swung to the opposite side shooter, who either takes a shot or is effectively in a freelance scenario, passing to any open players, otherwise repeating the pass low, carry high cycle on the opposite side of the floor. The timing of the cycle is such that when the opposite side has the ball, as soon as the pass goes low, the off-ball shooter cuts to the middle as a general team rule, followed by the on-ball shooter a second later. Once again, the most common error is the on-ball cutter leaving before the off-ball cutter, who is supposed to cut first. In most minor lacrosse settings, one cycle through these motions combined with a successful swing pass will be enough to generate a high quality shot and likely be the most that they're capable of. Coaches should be sure to start the ball at both shooter positions, switching which side starts with the ball halfway through the drill. Coaches can request a shot after the swing pass, which is variation number 2A, otherwise allowing all 4 players to freelance for a shot in variation number 2B, while continuing to use the aforementioned cycling principles.
If you watch the top pro players, they run around like this. Their stick barely moves. It's always in the triple threat position. They're looking for somebody who's open, face dodge maybe, back into the triple threat position, pass here. Even when I'm off ball, my stick's up like this, okay? But less is more, just like I said on defense. Keep it here, and then if you see somebody open, boom, you just snap it to them. And I'm like this, oh, I've got a shot, boom, I'm ready to go. But if your stick's down here, and then you see somebody's open, you try to bring your stick up and then throw it, that half second from bringing it up to getting it off might not be there anymore.
In variation number 3 and 4, defenders are added, which is the same as the previous variations, except there is a volunteer defender playing contained defense at the crease and or shooter position. Otherwise, the offenders can play defense after their turn on offense, switching lines once they're done.